So this is ITBU week 1, video number 4. So what is organizational structure? So Emily's kind of shared with Sheena what she does as a manager, but Sheena says, well, who's your boss then? And how do all these people that I've been introduced to, how do they all relate to one another? Like who works for who's on certain teams, who do you boss? So Emily gives Sheena a little bit of an overview of what is meant by organizational structure and what is the reporting structure in the Thorold Public Library. Okay, so take a look, read through here. What is organizational structure? If you want to learn a little bit more, click through here on the link that I have posted. This is from the readings that I assigned earlier in the slides. Organizational structure is typically hierarchical. What that means is we have the big boss at the top, and then as you kind of follow through to the bottom of the organization chart, and this is how organization flow is usually communicated to the shareholders if it's a publicly traded company, or the community if it's a library or a college, is with a chart. And note that it doesn't say people's names, it says the job titles. So anyways, this is the person that's the most in charge, and this shows the people that are managers or administrators and moving down towards the bottom with less responsibility. Okay. Again, this is from the reading that I assigned. It's hierarchical, but as an organization becomes more complex, larger, then we have different models within this. So a lot of companies are going to use something called a functional model. If they're really big, where they have multiple branches, for example, a library, a public library, where there might be the main branch. And then think about Toronto. They have hundreds of library branches. They might have divisions. Or think of a big company like General Motors. They're not functional so much. They have divisions, right? They have the Chevrolet division, the Buick division. So again, I encourage you to do the reading so you understand what each of these models are, and you can identify a business as being functional, divisional, or matrix. Okay, so you have your CEO. In this company, this is the engineering department, and they have all the responsibility for everything engineering related. So for building the cars, let's go with GM. Then we have the next division, which is marketing. So trying to get customers and sharing news about what the car's features are. That's the marketing department, and they all report together and work together. And then we have the sales. So the dealers out there that actually sell the product, they all work together. So take a look at these images and do the reading, and you'll better understand. Okay, so these slides give a little bit more description of those charts. Okay, for our activity, what I want you to do, and I'll pause, I encourage you to pause and try this, and during class time, this is what we'll do, is I've copied and pasted this information about the library staff from the Thorold Public Library website. So we have everybody's name and their job titles. And what I want you to do is I want you to make an organization chart for the Thorold Public Library and then share your screen with me. There's no completely right answer or wrong answer here. There's different ways of organizing it. And I know that you don't know everything about a library and what different people do, but you should have some ideas from job titles, who the boss is, and who the more lowly people are. And I've given you a little bit of extra information here at the bottom of the slide. So again, try to make your org chart and make sure that you can share with me and identify with me what kind of organization structure they have, and that your org chart shows the reporting lines of who reports to who's boss. Okay, so that wraps up our organization chart information. And if you're watching, I encourage you to pause here after you've done the readings and the activity.